Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. If you have not already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel, as I do planner and planner related videos and upload on a weekly basis. And if you hit the little, I think it's here, the little bell icon, you'll always be notified when I do upload a new video. Now, I was watching Tamika do her plan with me this past weekend, and she mentioned that it was International Women's Day on Friday, March 8th. And at the time, I had not actually done my spread for the week. I had filmed a lot of videos this weekend, and I just didn't get done. So when I was thinking about this, I was like, oh, so how do I celebrate that, and how do I acknowledge just the amazing encouragement, empowerment of some of the women in the communities here on YouTube that I am inspired by and follow. And Miss Jojo, and she's been making an appearance on a weekly basis in my planner, she told me that she had some stories about some ladies that she had recently done a meetup with, and she said that it was okay if I shared it with you guys because she's a little shy. So she's actually able to meet with Miss Tamika and Miss Christy. And if you haven't watched any of their videos, I will link their channels below. And of course, you know, the ladies brought their planners and the washi and pens. And because Miss Tamika was there, we definitely had some pastries going on, as well as she had tea and we had coffee. And of course, because Miss Jojo's from Hawaii, there has to be a pineapple, because you throw a pineapple in anything and you can call it Hawaiian. Now, although the conversation originally originated around just planning and the planning community in general, it eventually went into more of a quick and dirty layering 101 session, because Miss Jojo did confirm with them that yes, I am quite a fan of their work, and their layering skills are just something I'm very envious of. And so they gave her a lot of information to convey back to me. But Miss Jojo is really horrible at taking notes, and we're very similar in that we want the outcome, but we don't necessarily want to do the work. So she didn't write anything down, and so therefore I'm still as bad at the layering game as I was before she met with these ladies. And because she was able to meet with them, she did schedule some time with some other ladies, and she was actually able to meet with some of the budgeting group. And this is just a small group of people. There's just so many people that we both enjoy that there wasn't enough time to meet everyone. So at this gathering, Miss Denise from Denise Dives In, Miss D from Budgeting D, Miss Cassandra from the Average Life, and Miss Terry Gay from Terry Gay Nicole channel, they were actually able to sit down and meet and have a few drinks because it was later in the day. And of course, they brought their planners and some calculators, and whenever you budget, I highly recommend you have some form of alcohol involved, because I mean, it doesn't make budgeting any easier, but at least you feel better about yourself when you do. And of course, pineapple there. And as the conversation, same as with the layering group, it didn't originally start around budgeting, but it eventually got to budgeting, and they just gave a quick budgeting 101 to Miss Jojo, because, you know, in the last video and in another one that I'll be uploading this week, I did cry. And I'm thinking that might just be a thing with my budgeting videos because it's so overwhelming for me. And so they gave her a lot of good advice and good tips, and just, you know, just some fundamentals that, you know, she could give to me to maybe make this a little bit easier on myself. But again, she's really sweet, but she's horrible at the note taking. And just like layering, she wants the outcome. She just doesn't want to do the work. So no notes were taken, but I'm sure they gave her a lot of really interesting advice. And then she was able to round out the next morning before she had to come back home with Miss Andy from It's a Reading Thing. And she actually does book reviews and read-a-thons and things like that. And her little cat, Miss Isa, was able to join. And of course, there's plenty of books of Pineapple because of you know why. And then, can't leave out Miss Isa. And Miss Andy loves her Starbucks. And I think her drink of choice is, I want to say it's a green tea with strawberry. I don't know. I don't get next to the whole green tea idea. It's just liquid grass. But to each their own. But she was, again, the conversation started out with just, hey, how you doing? It's nice to finally meet you. And then she got into some of the book genres that she enjoys that Miss Jojo necessarily doesn't, I don't want to say she doesn't enjoy, she's just never read anything in the genre of like suspense and thriller and horror. And so she just gave her some really quick tips on some of those things. Now, obviously, I've never met any of these ladies, but when I thought about International Women's Day and people who inspire me on the daily, people who interact with me on the daily, or at least on a weekly basis, just depending on how much they're on YouTube, these were my top picks. Now, there's actually quite a few more, but I didn't think about doing this until Monday. It's Wednesday, and I'm just running out of time because I'd like to have this uploaded by tomorrow so that it be timely for the Friday International Women's Day. And of course, I'll link all their channels below. But what also kind of triggered this idea of having different meetups with these ladies is I think it would be an amazing idea for them to, and this is not a challenge. I'm not making them do this. I'm not challenging them as sort of a I dare you sort of thing. But because of their knowledge and their expertise, I would say, I think it'd be amazing if Christy and Tamika did just a series of, all right, so you're new to planning, and here's some fundamental design ideas or suggestions. And you could do like a college course, a layering 101, a layering 201, a layering 301 that's a little bit more advanced. And I think that would be a great series, and I would love to watch them because I watch their videos, but I don't always understand why they're doing the way they're doing, and maybe that'll help me be better at it. Same with the budgeting ladies. They're all doing this towards debt freedom, financial freedom, and so their numbers are based on what do they need to do to get to the place they want to be. But I think it would be an amazing idea if they just did a budgeting 101. So if they had a new friend who had no idea about budgeting or where to start or what to do, they could go into some of their own processes and fundamentals. And again, this is all, I don't want to say a hobby because that makes it seem less than it is. This is all something I think for these ladies are definitely new at least within the last 6 months, I would think. I don't know how long any of them have been planning because Andy does planning as well, but I think it'd just be great to have a series that speaks to that absolute new person who might cry during her videos because she doesn't really understand what she's doing. And again, just like with the layering, having it in a series where it's budgeting 101, 201, 301, something like that, so that you just build up the knowledge base. And it isn't even something anyone has to do in conjunction with another. But again, because these are the ladies that I was thinking of immediately for International Women's Day, I thought it would be a very interesting project they might be interested in doing. And then for Andy, because she does quite a bit of book reviews, and they're amazing, you definitely should check out her channel. I thought it would be interesting from her perspective. Okay, so you've just met someone who may not have ever read anything from a suspense side or the YA side or the thriller genre, what 2 books would you recommend and why? What authors would you recommend and why? And that's why I did it as broad as fiction, because there are just so many genres, like I said, that I don't typically read, that I would definitely be interested in just getting my feet wet, because I typically go more towards the contemporary romance and like medieval romance, definitely more the romance side. But I can't even remember the last time I read a book. And it comes down to there's just other things that I'm working on, and then space to store, because I like holding a book and I like owning books. I can't tell you the last time I was in a library, and I'm not a fan of the ebooks or even the audiobooks. I don't like it. So this is my spread for this week. And just one other thing, I had to stalk some of you ladies kind of a bit to find your pictures. So Tamika, this is from your Instagram page. You did a selfie that was very easy. I could see your entire face. Thank you. Miss Christie, I actually had to delve deep. This is part of your thumbnail on your Planner Babe tag, because there is a picture of you on your Instagram, but it's small and I couldn't really see your face. Miss Denise was probably the hardest one, because I had to take this from the channel picture where you're kind of looking up to the side, because there really wasn't anything else that I could find. Miss D, this is from your Wakanda tattoo picture on Instagram, and girl, I'm telling you, like in real life, I cannot do a winged eyeliner, and your makeup was on point. And just like in real life, I thought I had it, and then it went horribly wrong, and it's all in ink, and so I'm sorry. And then luckily for Cassandra and Terry Gay, they did a collab recently, so there was one thumbnail with both of them, and I had to take a picture of it and blow it up to catch the little leaf element of Terry Gay's what she puts in her hair, which is really cute. And then this one for Miss Andy, I found that actually she was the easiest, because predominantly all of her thumbnails have her pictures, but I did have to, or I did watch quite a few videos of hers to try to figure out her cat's name. A cat's name is Isabel, I think that's what she called her. And she actually has, these parts here are black, and her nose and her mouth area is white, but I didn't know how to do that without making the cat look like Batman. So, like I've mentioned in a few videos, I'm not an artist, I just play one on YouTube. And it's mostly a blue and yellow theme. I sort of just made the art and then worked around that just for the things that I absolutely had to do. And I'm happy that I'm still able to get some things for the week down, because again, it was just mostly about these imaginary meetups with women I hope to meet one day, but again, that's on the to-do list. But for International Women's Day, I want to wish all of you an amazing day. Thank you so much for being inspiring and empowering and encouraging. And as always, aloha.